The opening bout of Bellator 68 is a 172-pound catchweight fight between Marius Zaromskis and Joachim Spirit Wolf. This fight was pretty even in the first round, had a really exciting second round where Zaromskis landed some knees, but Spirit Wolf knocked him down with big lefts and rights. Couldn't finish him from the guard, but he clearly won the second round. And then when we came back for what should have been round 3, we learned that the ringside physician had stopped the fight due to a cut over Spirit Wolf's eye. So Zaromskis wins on doctor's stoppage in a fight that he was losing in the second round. Bullshit. Marcin Held won our second fight of the night in a lightweight bout over Derek Kennington via leglock submission. The official time of the submission was 2:08 of the first round. Our third fight is a bantamweight tournament semifinal between Travis Marks and Marcos Galvao. I would say Galvao won the first round 10-9. He got one knockdown and was landing more strikes throughout, and Marks tried several takedown attempts that did not work. Round 2 was more of the same, but Travis Marks did a little better in the striking department. Still another 10-9 for Galvao. Marks finally got the takedown he was looking for with less than 90 seconds to go in the third, but I don't know if that was enough to win him the round, or if the second was close enough for it to go his way. We'll see what the judges have to say. Galvao takes a 29-28 unanimous decision and advances to face the winner of Nogueira vs. Nakamura in the finals. In our main event, Marlon Sandro fought Daniel Strauss for the featherweight tournament finals, and in the first round, Strauss gave Sandro one of the hardest kicks to the cup you will ever see or hear. Sandro needed almost the full 5 minutes to recover. He did, and the fight continued, but it was mostly Strauss's round, as he was landing more strikes and got at least one takedown, although most of his takedown attempts, Sandro stood right back up. Both guys do a lot of feigning and counter-striking in the second round, but Strauss lands more shots overall, so I give that round to him as well. Sandro burned a lot of energy in the third round trying to get an arm triangle choke that Strauss was able to effectively fend off. Late in the round, he got a suplex on Sandro that probably sealed the deal. Regardless, we wait for the judges to make their decision. Strauss wins the fight and the tournament 29-28 and 30-27 times 2 for a unanimous decision. Early on in this week's Ultimate Fighter, Dana White announces that Dominick Cruz blew out the ACL in his knee when one of his teammates did a takedown attempt, and says he expects Cruz to be out for at least 9 months. Faber says, and I quote, "It sucks, you know? There's no other way to say it." Dana announces he'll have another fight for Uriah next week, and Faber is already convinced it's going to be an interim title fight, and he just wants to know who it will be. Dana says Cruz is not being kicked off the show. He's going to stay on to coach the rest of his team even though he can't fight. Quote, "He's going to stay with his team and finish this thing out. I know you both want to punch each other in the face, but you're going to have to wait a while. I'll have this thing figured out by next week. Thanks, guys." Cruz says he hopes Faber still wins the alternate fight so he can kick his ass. The first round of Proctor and Vic was 5 minutes of stand-up that's hard to score given how close it was. Proctor gets a takedown at 3:38 of the second round, but Vic gets right back up and then winds up getting his own takedown to side control. Faber screams, "You've got 3 minutes, find something." Proctor finally manages to get back to his feet. Vic is bleeding from his nose and constantly motioning like he wants to wipe it, but Proctor is never really able to take advantage of it. Anik says we'll have the official decision, so he must know that we're not going to sudden victory, and sure enough, he's right. All three judges scored it 20-18 for James Vick from Team Cruz. Proctor seems a little surprised. Anik interviews Vic, and he says that Dominick Cruz helped him improve a lot, and he's so hard to take down now that he's going to be really hard to beat. He finishes with, "I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day." Michael Chiesa spent most of the fight with Justin Lawrence on his back. He made it work a little bit in the first round in the last minute when he managed to get a good body lock with his legs around Lawrence and prevent him from doing any damage, and then hit him in the head with elbows repeatedly. So that looked good, and he did enough in the second round for it to go to a sudden victory. And in the sudden victory round, he got on top of Lawrence and hit repeated shots until the referee stepped in and waved it off. So Michael Chiesa pulls it out late and gets a big win for Team Faber to even things up 1-1 with Team Cruz in this round of the quarterfinals. Next week's quarterfinals are Vink Pichel versus Chris Saunders and Al Iaquinta versus Andy Ogle.